The Democratic Republic of Congo, a nation rich in natural resources, has been plagued by conflict for decades. But nowhere has the violence been more persistent than in its eastern region. To understand the current war, we must first look back at the historical roots of this crisis. The story begins in the late 19th century, when King Leopold II of Belgium colonized the Congo, exploiting its people and resources. After gaining independence in 1960, the DRC struggled with political instability, corruption, and external interference. The assassination of Patrice Lumumba, its first democratically elected leader, set the stage for decades of turmoil. In 1994, the Rwandan genocide sent shockwaves across the region. Over 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutus were killed, and millions fled into neighboring countries, including the DRC. Among the refugees were Hutu extremists responsible for the genocide, who regrouped in Eastern DRC and formed armed groups like the FDLR. This influx of refugees and armed groups destabilized the region, leading to the First Congo War in 1996. Rwanda and Uganda, seeking to eliminate the FDLR, supported rebel leader Laurent Désiré Kabila, who overthrew Mobutu Sese Seko in 1997. However, Kabila's alliance with Rwanda and Uganda soon soured, sparking the Second Congo War in 1998. Often called Africa's World War, this conflict drew in 9 African nations and numerous armed groups, resulting in over 5 million deaths. Despite a formal peace agreement in 2003, Eastern DRC remained a hotbed of violence, with over 120 armed groups vying for control of land and resources. One of the key drivers of the conflict in Eastern DRC is its vast mineral wealth. The region is rich in coltan, gold, tin, and cobalt, minerals essential for electronics, batteries, and other modern technologies. These resources have become a curse rather than a blessing, fueling greed and violence. Armed groups, including M23 and the FDLR, have seized control of mines, using the profits to fund their operations. They exploit local miners, often under brutal conditions, and smuggle the minerals across borders. This illicit trade has drawn in neighboring countries including Rwanda and Uganda, who have been accused of profiting from the chaos. In recent years, the M23 rebel group has emerged as a major player in the conflict. Formed in 2012, M23 is widely believed to be backed by Rwanda, which denies these allegations. The group claims to defend the interests of Congolese Tutsis, but has been accused of widespread human rights abuses and controlling mineral-rich areas. Tensions between the DRC and Rwanda have escalated, with the DRC accusing Rwanda of supporting M23 to exploit its vast mineral wealth. Rwanda, in turn, claims the DRC supports the FDLR, a threat to its security. This cycle of blame and violence has left millions displaced and countless lives shattered. In response to the crisis, the African Union and the United Nations have deployed peacekeeping missions. While not directly involved in the DRC, the African Union mission in Somalia, or AMISOM, has shown the potential of regional cooperation in stabilizing conflict zones. However, in the DRC, the UN's MONUSCO mission has struggled to curb the violence, facing criticism for its limited impact. Despite these challenges, local communities and civil society groups continue to fight for peace and justice, hoping to break the cycle of violence that has defined their lives for generations. The road to peace in Eastern DRC is fraught with challenges. It requires not only an end to external interference, but also addressing the root causes of conflict, poverty, corruption, and the scramble for resources. Regional cooperation, accountability, and inclusive dialogue are essential to building a lasting peace. Addressing the role of minerals in the conflict is also critical. International efforts to regulate the mineral trade, such as the Dodd-Frank Act in the United States, aim to cut off funding to armed groups. However, more must be done to ensure that the wealth of the DRC benefits its people, not just warlords and foreign interests. The people of Eastern DRC deserve a future free from fear and violence. Only through collective action, ethical practices, and a commitment to justice can this dream become a reality. Peace is possible. The time to act is now.